Hey everybody, it's Bruce, 51 Napco. I just wanted to give you a quick update on what's going on. I've kind of given up on the engine for now, basically because it's going to take time and probably a little bit of money. Uh, I haven't quite troubleshot down to specifically what it is because I haven't torn it apart yet. But as I posted yesterday, George, Shade Tree Fix It Man, you're right. I'm thinking exactly about like you are. Also, Bruce, you just mentioned earlier today, I think, same thing. I'm probably better off just tearing it apart anyway because it was in a fire. And I think that's probably a lot of the issue that I've been having is just because of the fire. And also, when I put it together, the coolant leak, which I think is the minor issue right now, is another problem that I have to fix anyway, which is going to entail at least ripping the top half of the engine apart anyway. So anyway, I'll turn this camera around and show you what I got going on right now. All right. So anyway, let me prop the hood up. Not necessary, but I always do it because these hoods have a tendency to fall on you. But anyway, it looks good. And the cool thing about it is I have all the pieces and parts to make an engine right here. So all I have to do is pull it, tear it apart, and fix it, put it back together. So it's not that big of a task. Considering all the other stuff that I've had to do and had to go through, this is pretty simple. And another thing that's really cool about these trucks is they're really easy to take apart. So what I'm thinking about doing is taking apart this fender, taking this fender off, this inner fender off, and that way I've got side access, and I'll just bring my cherry picker in from the side, and also take the hood off, and I can just pull the engine right out, and it won't be a problem. I've got good, I don't know, 5 inches of clearance in the front of the engine, because my fan is actually on the other side of the radiator core, electric fan. So anyway, that's where I'm at with the engine. So what I did yesterday is I put the carpet in. Let me get this light. Well, I can probably put this light on. Yeah. So there's little chrome strips right here, and there's a weather stripping. And so these are plugs for the electric seats that I got out of a 2002 Silverado. So it's coming together. And also, as you see, I got the Dynamat up underneath there. That part, there's a piece that I can buy that's called a cowl cover, I think it is, or a firewall cover. That's got insulation on the back of it that fits right up in there, specifically for the truck. That's got all the correct contours and everything. So that'll cover that all up really nicely. And I'm also thinking about on these little cowl panels on the side, I've got extra carpet. So I'm going to completely carpet the sides on the cowls. And on this side, I'm going to have a little bit of a difficulty. This is the emergency brake lever right here. There's a rod that goes through this hole right here. And the emergency brake lever comes up here to a foot pad. And this is actually what holds the rod in place. As you can see, there's the brake release. So I started putting that in. And I still have to make the cover for the wires so they're protected. And then anyway, on this cab, because this is a 49 cab, it's not correct for the truck, I also have this vent that opens right there, and it comes out on these 3 little holes here. Show you on the outside, and I think they're cool. So I have that vent, and because I'm a sweat hog, I wanted it. And the other cab was pretty much pretty far gone. I was actually given this 49 cab, and it was a 5-window. So anyway, what I think I'm going to do on this side is I'll go carpet on this side too, this whole area. And then I'll just do some sort of a little cutout around these vents. And then up on top here, I can just screw this plate right here, right on the carpet. It'll help hold the carpet on. And plus it'll add a little nice little trim. And so anyway, that's where I'm at with that. And I still have to wire the gauge lights. I don't really have to wire the gauge lights. I've got to put the bulbs in. But I still have turn signals I need to figure out what to do with. A lot of guys, they just drill holes right here and put little LEDs or little teeny lights. I don't really want to do that because I think it doesn't look correct for the truck. What I was thinking about doing was on here, I got my Speedo out still. Let me see if I can set this down. Hang on. Okay, here's the Speedo. And on the back, there's your 2 holes for the gauge bulbs. And then this one right here is for the high beam. What I was thinking about doing, and this one is on the right-hand side. So then right here is the one that has the oil pressure, fuel, amp meter, and temp. And what I was thinking about doing was just putting something in the case somewhere and putting some sort of a super bright LED inside here. So when you turn the turn signals on, you'll actually see a light, a backlight in the gauge itself that flashes. That way it's hidden, but then when you have the turn signals on, you'll still see the light. And then high beam is already taken care of with this hole right here. So that's kind of my idea on that. Then also on a previous video I told you about that switch. Probably kind of hard to see. And I still have to tuck up. These are the wires for the gauges, and there's one of my bulbs hanging down. And there's the switch for the tanks on this lever here. And let me operate it. So that moves it down, and what that does is it puts that vent up on the cowl, opens that vent up. I'll go ahead and close it. So that's how that works. Anyway, that's where I'm at with the interior. I think it looks great, actually, and it matches the colors, I think, good. And, well, I can kind of show you. Here's the seats. It's kind of really bright out, but they're 2002 Silverado seats. And the main reason I bought them is because they have built-in seat belts. And so when I build them in, and also under the floor over here, where the holes are, I've got to find the holes still and mark them. But where the holes are, there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 holes that mount the seats. But going along the bottom of the floor, right about in this area, and then another one right about in this area, I've built in underneath the floor a couple of 1-inch thick-walled tubing that I welded into the bottom of the floor. So the bottom of the floor is super, super strong. And also those 4 bolts for each seat bolt right through those that tubing. So they're really going to be mounted in there solid. So that's why I did that, is specifically so I could have seat belts. And it would look good. Still have to do the tank. Small things. I still need to fix this. I need to re-weld on a end of a bolt to fix that. The other side's good. I still need to hook up this sender with the tubing. Just small things like that. Oh yeah, the panels, the door panels, I don't really like them. They're made out of cardboard right now. This one I bent, as you can see on the top there. There's an actual bend in the door. Here, I'll show you this one. See, the bend in the door is right about here. And I don't like this trim that I ordered with them. It's cheesy, it's sharp. There's a lot of sharp edges, so you'll cut yourself and everything. So I'm thinking about not even using this stuff and using these cardboard panels as a template and making them out of aluminum and burnishing the aluminum or something. And I think that'll be cool. It'll be more of, you know, the Air Force style or whatever, for the truck. And then, you know, just make a simple bend on the door, on the aluminum along here with the brake. So it'll look like that. And I think that looks pretty good. And then obviously the door handles need to be a different color because that looks butt ugly. So anyway, that's the update for now. And as soon as I progress on, I will give you guys an update.